Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jadi and we are talking about LPIC1. In this lovely session, we will speak about automating system administration tasks by scheduling jobs. The weight is 4. It's heavy, but it is easy and straightforward, but very interesting and useful. I use it a lot. Scheduling jobs means scheduling jobs. Means, for example, you have a backup script and you want to run it every single night. It is better to run your backup somewhere around 2 in the morning because normally first lots of tasks will be run on exact midnight, and also on midnight people are still working. Some people, obviously. So 2 in the morning is better. So you can say a utility which is called cron to run this. Or for example, you have a program to create an index of your files for your web server, for example, and you want to run it every hour. So you can say run this whenever the minute is on 42, whatever day is. 42 is a holy number in computer world. Search for why 42 is important. If you don't know, it's the ultimate answer to the universe. This is how you can schedule jobs using crons. Whenever you have to run something in a specific interval, you use the cron utility. The command is crontab. We will see different aspects of it. There is also another command which is at. At tells the computer to run this command at tomorrow 11 o'clock. At now plus 10 minutes. You can schedule a one-time at command. So cron and crontab are used to run things in specific intervals periodically. At is used to run things once. I'm thinking to say, unfortunately, nowadays, systemd is eating everything. And systemd is doing both cron and at tasks. So on some distributions, on many major distributions, again, unfortunately, because it's good to know why people don't like systemd. I was trying to say not say hate. It is the one reason is systemd is eating everything. The logic behind the whole Unix philosophy was having small tools which were doing one thing great, which were doing one thing super good. Now systemd is doing many different things good. Anyway, so for example, if you have a Debian 12 bookworm or the latest Fedora, the cron and at are not used at all. I think on Fedora it is not installed at all. You have to install it. On Debian it is installed but it's empty. Whatever cron and at does nowadays is done by systemd. I will show you all. But for the exam you should know about cron. I have installed cron on my Fedora. The package name is cronme. When you want to use the cron, the command is crontab, and you have to edit your cron tabs. I can do a crontab-l. It will list the crons for this user. Jadi doesn't have any cron. So I will do an edit. I will edit crons. It will open a preferred editor. In this case, it is Nano. Sometimes it's Vim. But whatever editor works. And this is how you should write your crons. It consists of 6 different fields. The minute, hour, day of month, sorry, and day of week, and the command you want to run. These are separated by white spaces. It can be a space, 2 space, a tab, 3 tabs. I use 1 tab to keep it clear. So I say, on the minutes of 42, hour of 3, day of week is 1, day of month is 1, 1st of January day of week is 0, which is Sunday, run my backup. This will be run every time when the hour is 3, minute is 42, day of month is 1st of January, and day of week is the Sunday. It may happen once in many years because most of the 1st of Januaries are not Sundays. Whenever it is Sunday, my backup will be run here. Not a very useful configuration for a backup. This would have been better. Now I'm telling it, run my backup as SH. When the hour is 3, when the minute is 42, it is good to run your backup somewhere in the middle of the night or close to the morning, because if you run it at 0001, early after midnight, many people are still working. So around 2 to 3 is a better time for your nightly activities. And 42 is a holy number, you can search for it. Anyway, it's like a signature for me. Whenever I have a cron, I set it on minute 42 if it's hourly. Anyway, now I'm saying 3:42, whatever day of month, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 13th, whatever, run my program. Month 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 to 12, run my program. Day of week 0 to 7, 0 and 7 are both Sundays. So 1 will be a Monday. Whatever day of week, run this. So every day at this time, my backup will run. Say I have another program which I want to run once a month. I can say 0:18, day of month is 1st, every month, whatever day it is. My other program, some parameters. This will be executed on the 1st of every month, whatever day of the week you have, at 6 in the PM. This is how you configure your crons. There are also some utilities to help you. For example, if I want to run something every 5 minutes, no. This is being run on every hour. In the beginning of hour, this will be run. This will be run every minute. Every minute, every hour, every day, every month, every weekday. If I want to make this to run every 5 minutes, I can write it like this. Now this is being run every 5 minutes, every other 5 minutes. On 5, 10, 15, whatever. And 0. So this is one shortcut. Another one is this one. I want to make my backup to run only on the working days. So I can say I have my, here, let's change this one. I want to run my backup only on work days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. 5. Whatever. So now on these specific days, my backup will work and not on other days. So there are different shortcuts to control it more. One thing to know is output of whatever program you run, even an ls, will be emailed to the user if you have the mail utility on your system. We will speak about this later on next chapter. So it's very, very common to send the output of the commands somewhere to get rid of it. Or as you know, you can also say, also send the error to the same place. This will be much cleaner. So each run of this won't create a new email on the system. This is a very, very custom thing to do. So you know about the cron. We were speaking about the user-specific crons at the moment. We created them using the, let me save this one. I have to comment this using the square, ds, hash, or whatever you call it, pound. Here I have the write out. I will Control O will save it. Control X will exit it. Says okay. Installing new cron tabs. I could edit that specific file. I will show you with any editor, but it's much better, or it's advised to use crontab-e. This will check for the formatting if it is correct. If it's correct, it will install the new cron tabs. Let me try and break it. Control O will save it. Control X will exit. It will tell you that bad minute. Invalid crontab file. Do you want to retry the same edit? Yes. And you remove this. So that's why we used crontab-e instead of directly editing the file. Now it works. These are saved in var spool cron. I'm not the root. Let's become root. Here, there is a new file. And as you can see, this is my cron. Each user, when they create a cron for themselves, a new file will be created in this directory. Var spool cron. Sometimes it's like cron tabs, depends on the distributions. But at the end, each user will have one configuration here. And you were able to see it. I'm root now. crontab-l. You were able to check your crontab file or edit it with -e. This is user-specific crons, as you saw. But there is also one system-wide crontab. etc crontab. This is the system-wide crontab, a little bit fancier than the one we had. You can say Vim is not installed. No problem. Here it has some cheat sheet for you. It's kind of same as what we already did. It has these fields: minute, hour, day of month, or Jan, Feb, March, April, day of week 0 to 6, Sunday can be 7 to, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But there is another field here, which is the username. And then whatever is here will be executed, this command with these parameters. In the system-wide crontab, which was etc crontab, you can practically, root user can define crontabs which will be run with the access of different users. So you can say run blah 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 here with the access of user Jadi, run this command. So you can specify which user is running this command. Also, there are 3 lines for configurations here. Which shell will run this, the path while being run, and if an error occurs, who should be emailed on the Linux level. Very cool. So I will exit this. This was the system-wide crontab. And so now we know the user-specific crontab and system-wide crontab. There are some others there too. For example, on etc, if you go to the cron.d, there is a file here which runs the hourly crons. Same logic. This is the shell, this is the path, this is the root. On the first minute of every hour, every week, every day of month, every month, whatever day it is, with the access of the root, run these in the hourly. Let's go and have a look there. Most of the time we don't use that one, but we go for this. We have 4 other directories: cron.daily, cron.hourly, cron.monthly, and cron.weekly. On the etc cron.daily, etc cron.hourly, etc cron.monthly and etc cron.weekly. These are a bit different. For example, let me go to the daily. We don't have anything here because Debian and Fedora doesn't use cron anymore. But whatever script you copy here will be run daily by the system. You don't need to control the stars, when to run, whatever. On the previous ones, we were saying, okay, with this logic, with these stars every 5 minutes, run moonin, with this, run this command technically. Here, you just copy a normal executable in this directory, and you will know that this will be run on a daily basis. Copy something here, and it will be run hourly, monthly, or weekly. The bad thing is, if the computer is off, it won't be run, obviously. And you don't know when it will be run. You cannot be sure that if it's going to be run on the 12 o'clock or 16. If you want that, you should write your own cron. But some cleanup task can be here. If you have a package and it installs, does something fancy, and needs to do some house cleaning every week, it can easily copy one file into this one and make sure, okay, weekly this will be run. If not, okay, next week. Anyway, this was another method. So you know about cron, user-specific crons, system-wide cron, etc crontab, and these files. I will tell you again. These ones are only directories and you only need to copy your whole script in them. You are not writing crons anymore. So cron helped us to run things on specific intervals. We have another command which is at. At will let you to run something once in one specific time, obviously in the future. Unfortunately, even Linux cannot run anything in the past yet. So I say at now plus 3 minutes. It says, okay, what should I do for you? I say touch a file. On the temp, 3 minutes passed. This is a command. To finish it, I will go with Ctrl-D. Will close it. It says, okay, job number 3 created at this time. At Q will show me the queue. Job number 3 is waiting. Okay, it is going to be run at this time as root. I'm not awake at this time for sure. The time is wrong. I'm on a test server. So, I have a job here. You can create another job. You can say, okay, my work is finished at tea time. English people say 4 p.m. is tea time, sir. Say, okay, at tea time. It's going to be run at this time. What should be run? Run my update command, whatever. Who cares? You can say at tomorrow. Tomorrow at this time. Same time, but tomorrow. Echo tomorrow arrived. On temp tomorrow. Ctrl-D. If I say at Q, it shows me, okay, you have 3 different things. This backup was a silly thing. Let's delete it. At del atrm, 4. Easy peasy. So you can run different things on different times. I sometimes use this to shut down the computer in the future. Very easy. At shutdown-h now. Okay, shutdown is a schedule. If you knew the shutdown command, you could say shutdown on that specific time, but I'm very easy with at. Even at is not installed on the default Fedora. You have to install the at package and then do a systemctl start at-d. This is how at works, and it's super cool. Didn't 3 minutes passed? No, we have to stay. Okay, it passed. One of the jobs is removed. The one I said run 3 minutes now plus 3 minutes. So if I do a temp, my 3-minute past file now is created. This is cool and I like it. Unfortunately, nobody uses it anymore because systemd is there. And there are ways to manage these things. You have 4 files, manage access to these things. You have 4 files, 2 for cron, 2 for at. etc cron.allow is a whitelist. etc cron.deny is a blacklist. Nowadays, woke people say, no, don't say blacklist. Blacklist means now I created a red list. Anyway, if you create this file and say etc cron.allow and put my names there and root's name there, it means from now on only these people are allowed to use cron. For sure, root is meaningless because root can do anything he wants or she wants. So if you create this, you say, okay, I have a whitelist. Let this be applied. So only these people are allowed. If you create a file etc cron.deny and put my name there, it means, okay, Jody is denied, which indicates that everyone else can do. Same with at. You can create at.allow and allow some people, so others are denied. If you create at.deny, you are denying some people, so others are allowed. Silly question and fun question to ask your teacher is, what happens if I create cron.allow and put Jody's name there and then create cron.deny and put Jody's name there? These funny questions you can ask from your teachers, and I'm not your teacher. Go test it yourself. Nice exercise, but it's fun. So this was how cron and at helped us to run things on specific times. Another utility which is very useful is systemd, and it's eating everything. So systemd has its own at, has its own crontabs. Let's have a quick look. Refresh yourself. This was long, but I don't want to cut it in half. Systemd is eating everything and has everything. We are waiting for systemd to include its own kernel and replaces Linux. We talked about it in brief, about services, how you can create services, how you can create units, how you can load your services, and these kind of stuff. Systemd also has timers. If I go to the etc systemd and do a find for example, I name whatever finishes in timer, you will see that systemd does have different timers. For example, let's have a look at this one. Okay. Cat this timer. It says it is a unit with a description, update the plocate database. You remember we have used locate to locate files. But locate database should be refreshed daily. It's not a live database. So we need a timer to run it daily. It says, I have a unit here. This is the description of the unit. I have a timer. On calendar, it runs daily. And it has some fancy configuration. For example, randomized delay on 12 hours. So not everything starts at the same time. Accuracy, 20, whatever. The most important part for us is this one. But what it runs? This is the question. Any timer will configure how and when to run the service with the same name by default. So we should have a service which is plocate update db. And it will be run daily at around 12 hours after whatever. Cool. Let me review more and show you more samples. Systemd as you saw, has timer units. Timers do have a configuration to say when this should be run. So they have this timer configuration, and you have two different methods to command them. One is the oncalendar method, which is called real-time timer. Uses oncalendar to point to the specific time on the calendar, kind of same as what cron does. You say day of week, year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds. Very cool. So for day of week, you can use 3-letter abbreviations. Same as the cron. You can say, same as the cron, we have the star, we have the divider for every 5 minutes, and we have the comma. Here we also have this. So you can say, run this from 1st to 7. So you don't need to write 1, 2, 3 up to 7. Easier. This is a very fancy sample. It says on calendar is Saturday, whatever year, whatever month, on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th at this time. Okay, what this will be run, if it's called my service timer, it will run my service service. This is one of the fancy ones you can create. Practically it means whatever year, whatever month, at this specific time, so once per day, if the day is 1st to 7th and it is Saturday. So it runs only on the 1st Saturday of each month at this time. Very cool. And this is how you can configure an on-calendar one. There are some shortcuts. For example, on calendar, hourly means beginning of each hour. Daily, once a day at midnight. Weekly, midnight on Monday. Monthly, midnight on the 1st of each month. Yearly, midnight on the 1st of January. So instead of writing this manually, you can use those to make your things easier. Also, there is another method. We spoke about on calendar, which runs based on the calendar times. We called it real time. There is another method which is called monotonic. Monotonic works on some events. For example, you can say on boot and run something. For example, you say on boot second 5 minutes. So you are telling the system to run this service with the same name with this timer 5 minutes after the computer booted up. You have on active, time after unit activation, on boot, on startup seconds, on unit active seconds, on unit inactive seconds. This should be run after you are activating this unit. Run DHCP after the network is up, 5 seconds after that. And these kind of stuff, these are called monotonic. This is a systemd service. Whenever you create a new one, you need to start it first or enable it first, or do both. Start with start it now, enable with make it to be started after the next boot. So most of the time we enable it and we start it. And if you change it, you need to do a systemdctl daemon reload. If you want to check them, you can do a systemctl list timers, and it will show you all the timers in a very fancy method. So it's okay, this plocate last time ran 2 days ago because this server is off most of the time, but next time I'm going to run it in 4 hours. Next time will be at this time, last time was on this time. If you want to check the logs, these are all in the system journal. You can check specific units configuration. And also on system list timers, it tells you that I'm showing only active timers. If you want to see all, use the switch -- all. And at the end, you can create with a specific user, with systemd -- user, you can create your own timers. And also you need to know about the systemd run. Lots of stuff, but if you go through them once and run them, they are very easy. Systemd is not easy. We hate systemd, but we don't use the word hate anymore. We have to try to be friends with systemd. We should have one course which is called Befriend Your Systemd. We have to use it. Okay, at last we have this systemd run, which you should know about. Systemd run is a very, very powerful command which creates transient or temporary services. You create a service just for now. One usage is replacing at. So you can say systemd run on active 2 hours. Okay, so run this 2 hours active after this transient service is created. Practically 2 hours after I run this command. And you give it a unit, for example, and say run this unit. Or you say run this command, whatever. So I say systemd run on active equals 1 minute. What to do? Run the touch on temp. Systemd is fun. Says, okay, I created a temporary service. It is called this specific timer. And I'm going to run this temporary service, which is this command. When 1 minute passed, I can do a test here and see that my file is created. This is how you create. You are replacing the old school cute at command, which is not installed in most of the cases anymore. Anyway, this was how you could schedule your tasks. Sorry, it was a long session, but it was a nice session, I hope. Didn't 1 minute pass? Touch temp systemd is fun. It's a long minute. It passed. Have fun.